Imagine living in a community where everyone knows that you are honest and kind. Trust that people have in you does not come from words but from specific actions you have taken. This is like a recognizable bad smell, unmistakable. Whether people want to admit it or not, they still have to admit that you are a person of noble character. Honesty and kindness should be spread like a recognizable scent. If you were such a person, you wouldn't need to declare your virtues. Instead, your actions and lifestyle will speak for themselves. Your very presence, like a bad smell, will be noticeable to others and impossible to ignore. This quote from Marcus Aurelius does not simply speak of honesty and kindness as esteemed qualities, but also emphasizes that these qualities need to be clear and unmistakable. We should live so that others recognize and feel those values every time they come into contact with us, just like how they cannot avoid bad smells when they are near. Let our honesty and kindness spread naturally and strongly, so that whether we like it or not, everyone around us must acknowledge and respect them. Thank you everyone for watching the video. If you found the content useful, please leave a comment sharing your thoughts. Do you know anything about Stoicism, or have any experiences you'd like to share? We look forward to receiving your comments. Don't forget to like and follow the channel so you don't miss the next interesting videos. Stoics believe that we should not compare ourselves to others, but to ourselves yesterday. They believe that personal progress, no matter how small, is still valuable and worthy of respect. So when you feel disappointed by someone else's success, remember that you are also on your own journey. The important thing is that you try and make an effort. Take a break from surfing social networks and look back at your life. Be grateful for what you have and appreciate the achievements, no matter how small, that you have achieved. Don't let other people's successes overshadow your own efforts and achievements. In life, each person has their own path, and the fact that you are on your path with your own challenges and opportunities is a valuable thing. Live for yourself, not for comparison with others. Put yourself in someone else's position, and who is suffering the most? Is it necessary to put yourself in someone else's shoes? And Stoic philosophy teaches you that you are not someone else. You are just you. Each of us has a different starting point. Family circumstances and development conditions are also completely different. That's why you will only see the flashy things on the outside of others and never see what's inside them. No one is without weaknesses. No one is always happy in every moment. Life, perhaps they are deliberately hiding something. That's why right at this moment, stop comparing yourself to someone else. You are unique, and you don't have to follow anyone else's life. You are wasting your own time. One day surfing social networks and accidentally saw a friend posting a photo of a high achievement or having fun with their lover. You immediately feel bad about yourself. You wonder why. Living at the same time, studying in the same class, that friend has achieved things that you have not achieved. A very familiar cycle. You will go to that person's personal page, see what they have achieved, then blame yourself for why you didn't do the same things. And then now, he's good. It's good, it's happy, and I'm not. This vicious cycle of self-questioning and blaming yourself can last for several hours, but you could instead use that time to do more important things with your own life. There are only 24 hours in a day. We really don't have that much time to compare ourselves with others. Instead of such meaningless comparisons, why don't you use that time to improve yourself and have a better life? Comparing with others is a trap that makes you do things that are not useful in your own life. You see other people wearing beautiful, trendy clothes. You also try to collect every penny of your salary to buy it, even though it is a luxury item and not necessary for your life. You see someone else doing a high-paying job, being picked up by a car, living a prosperous, happy life. So you decide to quit your job to apply for the same job as that person. But you don't realize that the job is different. It's not something you want to do and can really stick with long-term. Honestly, sometimes having a lot of money doesn't really make you as happy as you think. Why do we keep comparing each other's suffering? If you are having difficulties in life, what will you do? Some people will keep it to themselves, some people will read books. You really want to avoid jealousy, stress, tension, and anxiety when comparing your life to others. Chances are you don't know how to get rid of it. So, based on my own experiences and the times I overcame the bad feeling of comparing myself to others, I have a few possible suggestions, hoping to help those of you who are stuck in the cycle. This vortex is difficult to escape. 1. Look at everything with an overall perspective. It's easy to see that your boss is richer than you, better than you, and has better connections than you. It's very easy to see that your friend is better at English than you, better at communicating, and has a more stable job than you. Everything you see is the truth. However, what you are seeing and comparing with yourself is just You are comparing your behind the scene with someone else's highlight reel. Reality shows that each of us has our own strengths and weaknesses. No one is perfect. You may find that others are better than you in many aspects, but that is not all. Right now, try to look at things from an overall perspective. Your boss may be richer than you, but he may not have a happy life and have as much time to spend with his family as you. A good friend and the other person, they may not feel truly happy with what they have. When you look at things from an overall perspective, you will see that everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses. No one is better than anyone else, so don't always compare what other people have with what you have. I don't have it anymore. 2. Ask yourself what your life purpose and values are. This way, you will clearly understand what you really need, what your purpose and life values are. It is not the same as anyone else. Therefore, you do not necessarily need to compare the successes and results that others have achieved when you do not live towards those things. For example, if your purpose in life is to give and help others, you don't have to wait until you are rich or have a lot of money like everyone else before you can do charity or share and help others. Or another example, your purpose in life is to have a happy, joyful life, to do the job you love every day, so you don't have to rush out every day and make a lot of money like other people. Otherwise, you don't feel comfortable at all. 3. Use the question, so what? What if you have what others have and you are good and successful the way they are doing? Do you feel truly happy and joyful with your life right now? I personally think it's impossible, because everyone has their own life. Each person has their own way to make themselves happy. Then, you are not someone else, so even if you have everything other people have, you still cannot have the same feeling of joy and happiness as them. And vice versa. What happens when you don't have what others have? What would you do if you didn't have what your friend or boss has? The answer is that it's okay. You're still happy. You're still living well. As I mentioned, everyone's life is completely different. Your life values are not the same as anyone else's. If you are not beautiful or rich like others, it doesn't matter. You also have other strengths. Therefore, don't worry too much and compare what other people have with yourself. And you must accept your current position. You cannot deny that you are very fat, you are very lazy to study, you do not know how to communicate with others, you are not financially stable, because all of those things are true, happening around your own life. Instead of constantly comparing your shortcomings with things that others are better at, leading to jealousy, guilt, and your situation getting worse and worse, you should accept that these are shortcomings. Point and accept that the reason you are bad is yourself, not because someone else is better than you. From accepting yourself, you can find ways and strive to improve yourself to become better than you were yesterday, not compared to anyone else. You should feel enough and appreciate what you have. Once you appreciate and be grateful for what you have, you will see that your life is truly full and happy that you have not realized for a long time. I often joke that every day, if you just wake up and have food to eat, water to drink, books to read, and can go to school, you are already happier than many people in this world. Sometimes you just need to appreciate what you have and not compare your own life with anyone else. Then you will have a mentally free life. Focusing on your own life. From there, you will achieve your own success in the future. And you should remember, life is not a war. Life is not something you can win. Life is for you to experience, feel, and enjoy. You will find that a person who is very successful in one aspect is also very likely failing in another aspect of their life. In fact, no one can win completely or be perfect in all aspects of life. And you too, you can't be perfect. So don't waste your time competing and pursuing other people's lives. Focus on the important things in your own life. Doing the things well. And do it. Knowing yourself is like having great sex. Everyone thinks they have a lot, but in reality, no one knows what they're doing. Next, learn to recognize and support others instead of comparing and being jealous. I know this is really an extremely difficult thing, and we are not saints. It is impossible to see that our friend has the same starting point as us, but is more successful than us. So don't be jealous. How can I support it? Actually, I also experienced embarrassing thoughts like that, until I realized that the things I used to do were very childish and funny. You can't change your way of thinking and behaving in a day or two, but you can change little by little every day until you feel that you no longer feel jealous or unfair when you see your friend is more excellent, richer, and more successful than you. Let's try to give an example. When you see your friend win some award or scholarship, say to yourself, "My friend is so good. He deserves to receive those awards. I admire it so much. I just have to try harder to become better too." Don't have this kind of childish thinking. "Oh my God, even if I study like that and still get a scholarship, that scholarship should be mine. This life is really unfair." Try to learn to live kindly and recognize the successes of others. And you take advantage of the comparison mentality to make yourself better. If you must compare yourself to yourself yesterday. Maybe you can only read 1 page today, try to read 2 or 3 pages tomorrow. If this week you only lose 0.5 kilograms, try to lose 1 kilogram next week. If this month you only get 5.0 IELTS, next month try to increase it to 5.5. Understand self-compassion. It can be said that comparison is the thief of joy and the enemy of the good things you are aiming for. A person who always compares and loses with others will never feel happy and satisfied with his or her own life. If you are experiencing bad emotions when comparing your life with others every day, let's get rid of it right now. I know this is not an easy thing, and even now I still sometimes feel quite bad when comparing myself to others. But with all the things I have learned, I can reduce those feelings a little. Go one day at a time. I gradually recognize and admire others instead of being jealous of their successes. This makes me feel comfortable, appreciate what I have, as well as focus on the important things in life and my own life values. If you also want your life to be truly joyful and happy, then right now, promise yourself that. From today, I will stop comparing myself to others. Thank you everyone for watching the video. If you found the content useful, please leave a comment sharing your thoughts. Do you know anything about Stoicism or have any experiences you'd like to share? We look forward to receiving your comment. Don't forget to like and follow the channel so you don't miss the next interesting videos. I would love to take a moment to express my profound gratitude to all of you for your amazing support and encouragement. Your continuous help makes me feel truly grateful and motivates me every day. I cannot express how important the support you have given me is, and it has helped me overcome many difficulties. I am so appreciative and grateful that you have always been loyal and wonderful viewers. Thank you all for always being by my side and cheering me on endlessly.